Good day, my name is McDonald Mailula. I'm a self-published author, already published 2 books which are already selling, are already on the market. I am an author, I am an entrepreneur, I'm a social entrepreneur, I'm an NLP practitioner, I'm a life coach. Today I'm joining Sophia V. Chavalala on her podcast, and you can also subscribe on her channel. So today we're going to be speaking about a lot of things that are affecting people and the pain that we go through, so that we can all heal in the process of us embracing our pain, but while finding solutions to everyday challenges that we go through as people, as young people, as older people. So everyone is welcome. You can just subscribe to the channel so that you can enjoy this too.
Behind every story of healing, there is a story of pain. Everyone has a story, and today I am joined by my childhood friend, McDonald Mailula. Looking at you today, more than 10 years since we last saw each other, I still see that goofy teenage boy that we used to do ballroom dance together and just fool around. And here you are, a grown man. And I have been through my own share of heartache, and I invited you here today so that you can share with us your personal journey of healing. Yeah. Everyone has some sort of a background. Yeah. So what was your childhood like, and what are those things that happened in your life that contributed the most to who you are today?
You know, the thing is that I will put it like this. I was blinded by the things that my parents were doing for me that made me believe that I had a good childhood. Up until to a point where I started realizing that no, I didn't have a good childhood, because at this point I'm not shifting blame, but I'm a broken man. And a broken man who had to go through a transition himself without having any assistance from family, without any support from family. Because during my formative years, I was sodomized, for an example. I was raped. So my parents passed away without them knowing that it happened to me. Even my relatives, they only found out when I wrote my first book that something like this happened to me. And it still haunts me to this day. I was sodomized, I grew up in a broken family, but a family that had so many secrets that also affected me today as a man. I'm still trying to deal with that. I'm still trying to heal from that. Which is, I can say, it's going to take long. It's a lifetime journey for me to find that healing. It's something that I need to do it on a continuous basis.
Now in South Africa, the whole topic of human trafficking and gender-based violence is at its peak. Yeah. And to be sitting here in front of a man saying that he's been sexually abused before, it is kind of a hard pill to swallow. So you did mention that your parents died without you ever telling them what happened. Was it something that happened outside? Was it a once-off thing, or was it something that happened at home over and over again?
The thing is that it happened countless times, and it was family friends. The people who did this to me are people that were known in the family, were people that were always there. In a way, they were being raised by my parents. They loved coming to our home. So it's something that, and it's a brother and a sister, you understand? I don't know if the sister knew what the brother is doing to me, or the brother knew what the sister is doing to me, but it happened on countless times, and of which, even now, one of my brothers hates the other guy because they understand, because they were friends with my brother.
So just to make sure that I'm understanding you clearly, so you're saying, I think also I need clarity, like being sodomized, is it the same as being raped, but the only difference is that it's being done by a male?
Yeah.
Or in your case, was it being done by a male and a female?
It was being done by a male and a female.
Are you serious?
So let me just put it this way. When we speak of Sodom and Gomorrah, maybe you will understand. You understand? So the guy will do what he does, and then the sister, she will come and do what she does, and then that's how it is.
And in your own home?
In my own home.
How come you never told anyone?
You know, as a child, sometimes you think things that have been done to you, they are okay. You understand? Because also being exposed in a way to multiracial schools, you see these things, you think that kissing is okay, you understand? And also when you go back and look at us as Africans, and then you start realizing, no, this was not supposed to be done that way. So I got to be exposed to a lot of things at a young age, of which now it's hard for me to comprehend, and it's really difficult. And now it's starting to be worse. I'm asking myself as a person, as a man, like as a father, that what's really going to happen? What is the world has come to in this world now that our kids have been exposed to more? They have been exposed to social media. Technology is taking over their lives. As parents also, social media is taking over our lives. We never even have time to teach our kids things. They learn through social media. And then what do we say about that?
When it was happening to you at that point in time, you did not see anything wrong with it. It was wrong because it was two adults doing something to you as a child and you do not have any knowledge of it. At what point did it start affecting you? At what point did you now grow up and say, I was done wrong?
I started realizing that this was wrong when I had started having multiple partners. When I started being in a position where I can date and do all those things. You understand? I wanted to change partners like nobody's business. And also it reached a point where I started realizing more that this is a bigger problem that I need to start dealing with. When my first marriage collapsed, when my first marriage failed, it's where I started realizing that I have anger, and I have anger towards my parents, and I have anger towards myself, that what did I do to deserve such treatment? But at the end of the day, I ended up telling myself, if it didn't happen to me, who do I expect it to happen to? You understand? I started taking accountability and responsibility for it. I went through therapy in a way with when my first marriage collapsed and everything I accepted. But the problem started arising again, because after therapy I was okay. And I stopped going to therapy. I thought I'm okay. Little did I know that the problem was bigger than what I was encountering before. There's more into this.
Okay, given the fact that you never told your parents what happened to you, why were you angry with them?
You know, the thing is that I was angry with my parents, and I think I'm still a little bit angry with them, because they were abusive towards one another. You understand? I grew up around them hating each other. That's why I asked myself that why didn't my mom share this with us? Or why didn't anyone stand up for my mother? Because now as a man, it ended up leading me to doing to someone that I say I love.
Are you saying that at some point you abused your partner as well?
Yes.
Was it sexual? Was it also sexual in the way that it was done to you, or was it what your parents did to each other?
You understand? It was the way my parents did to each other. It was not sexual.
Okay, please give me more detail on that.
I can say I've had my partner emotionally. I've had my partner physically. And there's no other way to justify what I did. I can't justify it. I can't. I have no right to hurt the person that I love. For an example, now with what is happening now in my life, culturally, I'm still married.
Okay.
But me and my wife are not staying in the same house anymore.
Okay. So you had the first wife.
Yes.
You beat her, and you guys separated.
Yeah.
Then you got
But,
married. You got divorced.
I'm sorry. With the first marriage, it was not because I abused her.
But you did beat her.
I laid my hands once on her.
You did.
You understand?
Now you are in your second marriage, and I see that you are still wearing a ring.
Yes.
You are in your second marriage.
Yeah.
And you beat your wife. You put your hands on your wife.
Yeah.
On your second wife.
Yeah.
And she also packed up and left.
Yeah.
If you witnessed your father, if you grew up in an environment whereby you thought this is not a healthy environment, you saw your father beating your mother, why would you want to inflict the same pain on another person? Why would you take that part of your... there are so many lessons you could have learned from your parents.
You know,
why did you choose to take that one particular lesson?
You know, I wanted to be so much like my father, even the bad things that I took, also the wrong things that he was doing. I think that's the most painful thing about it now for me, because I wanted to be so much like him. Even the wrongs that he was doing, I didn't realize that they were wrong. You understand? And it still haunts me to this day. I've been trying. I'm not gonna justify the whole situation. I'm not gonna try to say no, she did this, I did that. You understand? I'm not gonna play the blame.
Yes, there is no good enough reason to put your hands on someone else.
I'm speaking as an individual, as McDonald, whom is a man. But currently, while I'm sitting here, I'm not a man. I'm a coward, because I inflicted pain on the person that I love.
But how? What was going through your mind? Like, what I'm trying to get to is that you have done this before.
Yeah.
It was not the first time you put your hand, and you saw how it ended.
That's why if you grew up around an abusive environment, of which that's why they say when you start therapy, never stop. Because you will, if you stop, you're gonna break down. I never believed it.
Is that what happened with you?
Yes.
You started therapy, it helped you to a certain extent,
and then I stopped. I thought I'm okay. As it is, it reached a point where me and my current wife had an altercation that she had to go, and she always said, "Love, you have a problem. We need to go for counseling."
Do you know that you have a problem? Do you accept that you have a problem?
Yes, I do accept that I have a problem. That's why now, ever since she left, I've been going for therapy.
Did you go for therapy between your first wife and your current wife? In between?
Yes, when I separated with my first wife, I was going for therapy. I did therapy for some time, and then when I felt like I'm okay, it was 2018, around June, July. It's where I said, no, I'm okay, you understand? And there was already someone that I'm seeing, which is my wife now, you understand? So I said, okay, no, now I'm okay. And then I started enjoying myself and forgetting that in different environments or at work, at home, I'm still facing challenges, you understand? Which are coming back and triggering those emotions. And the anger started again, which I regret why I stopped going for therapy. I should have continued with it, because it's supposed to be a lifetime thing. It's not supposed to be a once-off thing. It's something that one needs to, like, even if you do it once a month, it's okay, but as long as you know that you do it, you understand?
So what kind of things were they teaching you in therapy?
You know, one thing for sure, as you know, I'm a former militant. You understand? Mental health, we were trained about, which even in therapy, how to control anger, like temper management and all those things. It's how to deal with conflict management, you understand? Like those situations, which is more of me, and now it had to start It didn't start with the problems that I'm facing now as a person who's older, but they had to start from scratch, from my childhood. So that we're rooting out everything that triggers my emotions. Because the previous therapy I was attending, it was just dealing with the problem that is happening now. They were not dealing with the root cause. Luckily this time around, I had to ask, I had to talk to them that, can you please help me start from the root cause of the problems that I'm facing as a person, so that up until to where I'm a teenager, you understand, from being a toddler to a teenager to being a young adult, I want to deal with every single stage of my life.
Have you been able to identify those triggers, the things that trigger you, and how do we help you, or how do you get yourself help so that we can get you a permanent solution?
I've pledged with myself, I've pledged with my life that this time around I'm not going to stop therapy, and for no one. I'm going to continue with it. Because at some point, even now, I regret why I went to military anyway. You understand? Me regretting is that instead of military making me better, it made me worse.
You're using that strength that you gained from there.
You know, I used to play rugby. I used to dance. I like everything. Now, those rough sports, I thought that I was dealing with my anger, running away from my anger as a young person. Little did I know that they are making me worse. So I just want to fix, I'm fixing myself, and I'm not fixing myself for anyone, I'm fixing myself for myself. For me to be a better person, to be a better man in the society. You understand? And McDonald is respected in the world, but I don't respect myself. The world respects McDonald when they see me, but do I respect myself as a person? No. Due to what? My actions.
Have you gone back to apologize to everyone that you've heard?
Yes, I've went back to everyone that I've had. It's a lot of people, and besides, now what I regret the most is that I've had my wife's family more than I've had myself. They took me in as their son, you understand, because they understood that I don't have parents, and my wife's mother accepted me as her son. You understand? Not as a son-in-law. I will call my mother-in-law and talk to her and laugh with her. She will visit us and then we will laugh. But now I've had her, you understand? So I think it's something that whether the marriage gets fixed or it doesn't get fixed, but I will keep on apologizing. Because they are disappointed in me more than they are angry at me.
And you do understand that them forgiving you does not necessarily mean that your wife has to come back into your life.
And it's something that I need to start accepting and start living with it. I wrote something like today in the morning. I said, being loyal and faithful doesn't mean that it's a lifetime commitment when you are in a relationship or marriage. Because the thing is that we still have a lot of secrets that are buried from the past, which always come out. So then it means that you are an untrustworthy person.
Oh, wow. You really said a mouthful. But the one thing that I've gotten more than anything from all of this is that we need to stop bleeding on other people.
Yeah.
And we need to find healing for ourselves so that the people that are in our lives, the people that we love, will not get the negative effects or will not suffer the circumstances of the pain that we feel inside. Someday it won't end well.
Yeah.
It will end up in a far worse situation than it has in the past.
Yeah.
And oh wow. Irrespective of how I feel about everything that has happened right now, if there is someone who is sitting at home and they're being molested or being sexually abused, what would you advise them?
They need to check the background. They really need to go deep into it so that we can check the root cause, because these things, it means that they've been happening in the family for the longest time. So then now they are happening. That's the root cause. It's where they started. Let's not just look at the problem from where it's happening. we need to go deep into it and so that everyone can hear. Because sometimes when you heal, you're not healing for yourself, but you're healing for the whole family.
That's powerful. And having known you for as long as I have, I just want to say thank you for making time to come sit here with me. And I do pray that you get yourself the healing that you need so that you stop bleeding, you stop bleeding altogether. I do not know what it will take or how much effort or energy, or even if it's even possible to heal fully. But I do wish, hope and pray for you so that you reach the maximum level of healing that you can possibly heal.
A smile can mean 1,000 words, but it can also hide 1,000 problems. In a world full of pain, I hope that you choose the road less traveled. There are healthy ways to live with traumas. Healing is possible.